Hello, and welcome to the Rangaroo cast, me Rangaroo, and today we are doing a 1v1 on Apocalypse Imminent, and this is the final round for the BTR Flash tourney number 4, a weekly tourney, a weekly 1v1 tourney, yet anyone can really jump in and play, and it usually only takes a couple hours to do. So, in today's final, on Team 1, representing Blue 4, we have Mr. Random, and on Team 2, representing Red 4, we have Mr. Valentine. So, let's get things going and speed things up. We buying our units. Okay, seems a little bit of a helicopter rush from Random. Holding Delta is a very important task to have, as it's kind of easy to get at the start, but later on it can be a bit of a pain, thanks to those bridges, and usually attacking around here is not really the best thing to do, as you can easily camp these bridges, so doing a water ray attack here is always quite good. But away we go, and it seems like Mr. Valentine is just going to do a completely ground force. There's a lot of infantry units, an awful lot. I'm guessing that's a bunch of reserve infantries. Seems like he is playing Red Dragon. Yeah, seems like he is playing the Red Dragon side. Well, Mr. Random is playing a mixed deck, it seems, yeah. Just a mixed NATO deck. You don't really see that much anymore. And he's doing his helicopter rush with some lynxes, some gazelles, all nicely spread out, very nicely spread out. Helicopter rushes, even I do this, you need to spread out your helicopters a bit, because AA missiles do have a little bit of ARE damage. And he's going to be able to land in the air first with his infantry. He doesn't have as much compared to this amount Valentine is bringing out, but his are going awfully slowly. Down the road they go. One big conga line. Yeah, Lynx moving around. And are they going to see each other? Okay, they do see the Lynx. And then we got the Silka in position. He's going to shoot that down. And the infantry are starting to land in and going to get in the town just in time. Have some light riflemen and some SAS chaps. These infantry guys are going to go in. Now Lynxes do have those rockets. I don't have many rockets, but they're going to be enough to stun these guys in the crossroads section. Yeah, killing a few of them here. He does have a bunch of reserve infantries. He does have a lot of infantry forces. He does outnumber these guys by quite much. So he may be able to still capture his town. If you go any raid, anyone's raid still. And the SAS in the town, the SAS don't have machine guns, so they're not going to have the extra firepower that normal infantry squads have. These reserves don't have a machine gun either, so it's still a pretty even playing field. In that hawk in position, Lynx is shooting at the side of these tanks. And all we have, of course, they're going to be dropping in some cheap nade. Cheap as in the price. And that Black Horse is doing a pretty good job staying alive. SAS holding on the light rifleman as well, giving some good cover and fire. And Red 4, they are going to be moving around into hotel a little bit. Going to be taking advantage of these flanks here. As it does seem like Random has spent all his money just trying to capture Delta. We have Valentine coming around the bottom as well. He does have him pretty well surrounded. He's picking off the Avengers of these cheap Centurions on the flanks. Yeah, they're able to match up against the ZTQs. Oh, never mind, the ZTQs are actually going down thanks to the light riflemen shooting into the side of him. Very good position in there. The Centurions are going to be able to live. Very nice positioning by these guys. Are almost out of ammo. Yes. Oh, pretty low on HP. It has managed to stop the main infantry assault here, and Random will have control over that town. But up top here we have Mr. Valentine going over the bridge, across the waterside, into enemy territory on hotel, and the only thing here is just an infantry command vehicle on a bison. A7 Corsair going to be dropping into more nade, just trying to block off the roads. I know he's going to be going through the napalm. He's going to do a bit of damage to him. He's going to move up through his bridge as well. And even if they just don't even take Juliet or move up too far, just being on the enemy side of the bridge gives you a lot of opportunities. And where it really does put in the pressure, because just crossing the bridge when it's heavily defended is a pain in the ass. So taking advantage now where the enemy or Random is concentrated down here and just moving right through, just literally blitzkrieging right through Hotel and Juliet. It's a great way to really turn things around, especially because he has lost Delta. And you can spot the command infantry, the KOs, and they're going to get knocked out. See what I did, yeah? Oh, running away of dear life. Got some infantry coming, some Panzer Grenadiers. Centurion Mark 5's coming in. Got to stop this whole malarkey here. And yeah, he's just going to keep on pushing Valentine. He is not stopping for anyone. And he has managed to clear up the Juliet top side here. And now he's moving more infantry once again into the Delta. He really should not do that. Now it is only reserves. So we better leave reserve infantry and special forces, right? Panzer Grenadiers moving into some Bongshoes, which are the Chinese standard infantry, I believe. Chinese regulars. But really able to match up against the Panzer Grenadiers. I mean, pretty even fight. Both have the same veterancy. Go definitely giving them some cover and fire. Bit of napalm here on Kilo, just trying to stop any more advancement. And Random's in a pretty tricky position at the moment. He may have Delta, but his whole top part of the map is not under his control, and it's going to be a pain in the arse to capture these areas, as it is very far away from the India spawn point. We're holding down Delta should be sort of easy, just holding these 2 or 3, 4 bridges. Any other infantry now, ATGMs, he should be golden. But this whole match is going to be dependent on whether Random going to get back his top flank or not. And Valentine may want to start taking advantage, because he should start capturing Echo and Foxtrot. He's at a +2 advantage, which is already quite nice. But again, a +4 would double the speed of things, and a +6 would just make the match over in 5 minutes. You have you guys fighting the Panzer Grenadiers. More reserve infantry coming out. Red Dragons. I always see Red Dragons or reserve infantries are very popular units to have the North Korean and the Chinese ones, as they are very cheap and they come in cheap 5-point transports. And everyone loves a good old cheap 5-point transport. Supply truck going to be dropping off all its supply in Predatory. I'm going to be getting back, refueling, rearming the light rifles with some more ATGMs. That's not too many, only 1 dragon each. I'll be very picky with their shots. Lynx is flying over. You do have the 20mm cannon, a very nice helicopter, great at knocking out lightly armoured targets and giving us good suppression against infantry, which are the main things that are up here. And considering that this is a 1v1 match, both sides, or especially Random, are really taking advantage of the whole map and not just being very narrow and focusing on only one flank. You really see the high level play that both players are really bringing out here. Because these are 2 really great players. Valentine is on the Steel Palauka team, and Steel Palauka have been on a couple of tournaments and they kick some serious. And Random is on WTF, and WTF is pretty good as well. So these are some real top tier players playing against one another. More reserve infantry's popping in. New rise popping out. And Random's going to actually be, he's going to be bringing up a command infantry to capture Juliet. A little bit risky, he doesn't really have that much ground troops. He has some Jaegers, light riflemen, and a few Lynxes. But he's going to take the risk and try to capture it and stop this bleed that's happening onto him. He's actually making great use of these Corsairs. He does have complete sky advantage, or aerial advantage, as Valentine doesn't really have any AA unit at all. Yeah, it's all just, he just keep on bringing out infantry, has a few Silkers and stuff back here, but that's really about it. So Random is completely free to drop his Corsairs and drop a lot of napalm, and, well, napalm sticks to kids, and it also sticks to infantrymen. These helicopters making mincemeat of these reserves. Ooh, some, yeah, just empty transports going down here. Being a bit of bait, pulling back using Taurians to deal with these guys. Good old decoy, and of course there's going to be dropping. Yeah, it's actually doing quite a lot to kill some pretty harmless transports. But he doesn't know yet it's harmless. They could be full of infantry for all he knows. And Random is actually going to recapture Juliet, it seems. This little helicopter force here is going to be enough. And just some more empty... Oh no, these guys are filled to the brim actually. Yeah, it's just bringing out tons of reserves. Packs of 3. Score has been brought back to even Stevens like. This match could still go any way. Anyone's way. Of course, they're going to be dropping some more nape. These Lynx is making mincemeat of his BTRs. Speed us up just a wee bit. Scaring off the infantry up here. Those Czech riders and all train reserve infantry this time. And they actually have PPS-8s, while the Chinese guys only get AKs. More nape just trying to block any more reinforcements as to bring out some GT-59s. A very good, I believe it's a 40-point tank, the 40-point Chinese tank destroyer with an amazing gun of 17 AP for 40 points. Lynx is flying over, just covering this entire northern area. And Random is slowly but surely gaining his side of the map back. Got some Panzergrenadiers in this town in the hotel. Trying to stop anyone from moving up. And some Jaegers for spotting. Napalm on the Ubrise and just bringing up a command infantry squad. Capture the point. I think Random only has command. Yeah, his old most of it's command infantry because he has those commands. These Danish commands. He has his South Korean Jeep, and then he has these Norwegian guys. So that's 3 cards of capture point infantry. This is always you really want a lot of command vehicles, especially when playing a 1v1, because think about it, you have to capture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas. Plus you're going to lose CVs, so you're going to need a few more. Jaegers coming in to finish these guys off. There's more infantry moving up, but Lynxes are here to try and stop them with their pretty lousy G3s. Another infantry assault here onto hotel, but Lynx is in position, same for his Jaegers and Panzergrens. But the Panzergrens are pretty low in ammo. That is never good. More Centaurians, oh, a bunch of T-34s now. Finish a T-34 rush. There won't be a match for the Centaurians, which actually do have a bit of armour compared to the T-34s. Yeah, pop goes the Riesel. Corsairs on them as well. Lots of Corsairs. 3 of them now. 3 bloody Corsairs. And the other very nice napalm plane. One of my favourite shoes in airland battle, because they're very cheap, like 45 points, and they have the Vulcan minigun. And that Vulcan minigun is really good against helicopters and planes. That thing could dogfight the little Corsair. Not effectively, but it could dogfight. And when it gets behind someone, that Vulcan will rip a lot of holes into anything that's moving. We have another infantry assault onto Juliet, a bunch of Jack Riders. The glorious North Korean reserve infantry is up against a bunch of Jaegers. And he's actually going to encounter command infantry. And I think command infantry is able to hold their own. And Jaegers also helping them. Yeah, oh, they did actually survive. Just falling back a wee bit. We have a gunship coming out now, an Mi-8 gunship and an Mi-2 recon helicopter. Valentine bringing out his own TV, a little Jeep TV UAZ. Really wanting to capture that Juliet point. Yeah, it does have all his home bases captured now. So it's really going to be dependent on him capturing northern or top and flank. Because Random does have Delta, he has more points right now than Valentine in terms of actual points on the map. So Valentine's going to be the one who has to be aggressive, because no way he's getting into Delta. There's a bunch of infantry here, a very nasty infantry. And crossing bridges is never usually a tactical siege thing to do. MiG-29 flying over now. Valentine getting some air superiority to stop his Corsair play. My gunship and system bombarded with a bunch of rockets. There's more reserves, tons of reserves. Random getting a pattern. Be another push for Mr. Valentine. The M60 pattern is going to be over the ridge and it's going to spot it, and yeah, it's just going to cannon the crap out of anything it sees. There he goes, moving into position. Same with the Black Hawk. Random's been using these transport helicopters to great effect to deal with these very weak command reserve infantry. And just for spotting, he's been using them. Yeah, he's been using transport helicopters for combat purposes. And most people just bunch them all up and then just do some suicide flying, hopefully to spot a TV. But I reckon great round for stopping these infantry assaults here. And looking at the timer and looking at the score, I do believe Random is going to be the one who's going to bring victory today. Got some J7s dropping in some bombs, and unless they can kill all the Random CVs really fast, probably going to be a GG. Oh, light rifleman in a nice position to ATGM at anything that does come across this ridge and main supply line for Mr. Valentine. And knocking out an AA unit. And just a bit of quietness now and the speed is up. I think everyone knows who's going to win courses. And oh, Skyhawk Random does like his rocket planes a lot. He really does enjoy his rocket plane doing it. Valentine's going to call GG, and that will be a very good game for Mr. Random, winning the number 4th BTR Flash tourney. Got quite a good KD ratio. Now, a lot of kills using that mixed NATO deck to great effect, and well, you don't really see mixed NATO decks anymore, or mixed decks in general, as most people like the prototype units that you get in coalitions. But very good match here, and yeah, this has been another Rangaroo cast. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.